Howdy, folks. Today we're playing another ramp deck from Pro Tour March the Machines in Standard, and this deck is not too different from the deck that we saw placed in the semifinals. This deck, provided by Chris Schlom, went from winning however many it takes to get the semifinals to only winning 3 games in this Pro Tour. So not a great performance by this deck, but I thought it was interesting because it's one of the few decks playing Invasion of Alara. So I always, like to scout the Pro Tour for some decks that are a little off the beaten path, because it means somebody thought it was the best deck to play for that weekend, and that somebody was obviously good enough to get onto the Pro Tour. So I think it's worth investigating some more of these decks. That's why I'm investigating this version of Ramp, as opposed, in addition to investigating the previous versions. There are some things that are the same. You have the laydown arms and the leyline binding. Essentially, what you're saying is you need about 8 pieces of turn 1 or turn 2 removal. That's what you have here, and you still have the Topiary Stomper into Invasion finish, 1 less Stomper. And then it also still has the Archangel of Wrath, which is seemingly the stabilizer of choice in a lot of these ramp decks. So I think it's very interesting. But then you have Invasion of Alara, which you can just cast on turn 5, which I think is an underrated part of the Stomper. I think I would potentially go. If I were building this deck, certainly not having as much experience as the person, Christopher Slime, who built this deck, I would probably go up to 4 Stompers and find a way to cut something else. That way I could have Fable and Stomper as ways to get to this Invasion of Alara on turn 5, potentially. But I don't know. It definitely, got to be a reason that they built it this way. But I think a lot of the power here is that you can Invasion and then immediately find one of these very powerful spells here, and cast one of them and put one of them in your hand, which is a pretty powerful effect. And Atraxa has a battle to get now, in addition to the regular Invasion. So you always should get a battle, basically, when you're flipping your Atraxa. And then, of course, the backside of the Invasion of Alara, the Awaken the Maelstrom, is, ridiculous. It does so many things. And conveniently, Atraxa can attack it down in one fell swoop. And also, you could, Archangel of Wrath, shoot it twice and then attack it with the Archangel of Wrath. That's something you can do as well. A lot of options to kill the battle counters in the Invasion of Alara. But yes, at the end of the day, it is just a ramp deck, so we'll see how it produces on the ladder. All right, we'll be on the draw here. Our first play is going to likely be turn 3 Fable. Not great, but I'll keep. I think we'll lead on the Rafine's Tower. Mountain. Kumano. Okay, so we have an Archangel. If we draw, let's say, Notorious Proving Ground is this turn. Anything with green and red in it, or the Jetmir's Garden, we will be able to leyline binding, which is something. So our opponent's up to here. Swift Spear, yep, Kumano into Swift Spear, typical stuff. And the Ancestral Angler, yep. Pretty good hands. Lanes. And I guess we're gonna Spar Headquarters and pass. Take a bunch of damage this turn. Okay, opponent Reckless Impulses into Kenra Spellseer and land. Those will be good next turn. We'll Rockfall Veil, Fable. And we're going to try to not block with this 2/2, so that way we can use the Archangel of Wrath for kick her. And they played a mountain from their hand instead of the one in exile, it looks like. And Bloodfeather Phoenix, sure. No blocks. I can discard both of these pretty safely here. I guess Force isn't bad, actually. Discard both of these. Another Archangel's solid. Let's attack here. I imagine no blocks. They want to trade the spells here. That is huge for us. Nope. Yeah, no blocks. And yep, Archangel here. And pay the black. Auto pay. Kill the Spellseer, since it can transform to something with double prowess. And we'll have, again, white. Okay, we can double kick this Archangel next turn, which might be enough to pull us out of this. We're definitely going to block. They want to point a couple removal spells here or something. They have 2 removal spells. We're dead. Bloodfeather Phoenix, okay. And they send in with everybody. Okay, I think I gotta block the etching, because they can just get these Phoenixes back. Blazing Crescendo, sure. Go down to 3 up to 6. Mountain Pass. Attack here. Land to casts. White. Tap like this so I can have black, red. Black, red. Pay with both. Do you want to hit the Swift Spear twice or hit one of these Phoenixes? I think I just want to hit both the Phoenixes. Clear them both out, gain as much life as possible. Pass the turn. So Kenzen, yeah, that should be game now. So I can lay down arms, and yes, okay, well, Archangel Wrath definitely has a role in stabilizing us here, and it definitely did work there. Already, GG's. Okay, we're going first with no untapped lands, but we'll try this. I have faith we'll draw something good. Do have double greens. Now any untapped land can help us cast the Stomper next turn. And we can go Bankbuster, which is pretty nice. See what our opponent casts here. Their own Bankbuster, sure thing. I think I want to get this Stomper. And I want to get, so I have red, white, black. I have green covered. I want to get blue. It's the only color I don't have. Group the Bankbuster. And get in there. And I would love to be able to invasion this turn. If I could draw the... most untapped lands do it. Untapped planes would not do it. Should I just get the Seed Shark with the binding? Not a bad idea. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Attack. Pass the turn. No land from us is unfortunate. Opponent is down to 12 though. And they're just gonna go ahead and draw now. Archangel of Wrath. Alright, crew up again. Just keep hitting them. Play the Fables, that way I can hopefully invasion next turn. If I want to counter this, that's fine. They're going to counter my Archangel of Wrath probably anyway. Although maybe not. It's Sugu and Kairi, okay. We have a Leyline Binding for that though. They can block with their Bankbuster, however. Another Fable. Alright, Fable it is. Can't counter it this time. Could crew their Bank Buster if they wanted to. I don't really know why you would do that here. Unless we, of course, attack with our own Bank Buster. Which we could do. To keep the pressure on. Don't think we want to involve the Setsugu in combat, though, because then they can just flip it. I think they would potentially be fine with that, just casting a Breach or something like that. Invoke Despair. Okay, we'll get rid of the Stomper and the Fable. I imagine we'll see no attack. Seems like the right play to me. No attack, okay. So I have blue, green, white, red, black if I attack with a shaman, so I guess I'm gonna do that. They don't look like they have a counter. Seems like a pretty easy block. Yep. Alright, invasion time. Hopefully we hit some good spells here. Two Archangels of Wrath. Guess we'll play one. The other one to hands. End the turn. Not the best hits. We're looking for hopefully maybe invasions of Zendikar or something to ramp us, but didn't look like that was in the cards. Invokes us, sure thing. I think I'll crew up. Nah, I think I'll let this Archangel go. You get their Seed Shark. And we're just really stuck on lands here. I don't think we're gonna pull out of this one too much at all. Yeah. Okay, going first. 2 ways to produce green mana, leading up to a Stomper and a Zendikar. I like that. Scoured Barrens, huh? Just an Orzhov deck. It looks to be that's the case. And Spirited Companion, sure. Alright, Stomper time. I think I want to get the Swamp here. So now we have black, red, green, white, blue. Opponent comes in, yep. Alright, invasion time. So looks like they can kill our Stomper. Okay, looks like that's what they're gonna do. Prevent us from having the perfect turn. Right, blue and white. Bar's headquarters and pass. And we should be able to cast this invasion and a Late on Arms next turn if need be. Like say if they have a Sheldred, yep. Let's cast this invasion. See what we hit. Late on Arms and Leyline Binding. Oh yeah, can't cast that. Alright, cast the invasion. And the Late on Arms into our hands. Go Plains, Forest. I think we're fine to Lay on Arms this Sheldred. Pass the turn, have this Leyline Binding up. Have all our lands set up. Now we just need to find endgame spells. Bearded Companion coming and getting us some more. Done a chunk of damage here. 1 to 15. Passes the turn. I think we're in a Bank Buster and Fable. Yeah, I don't think I want to commit too much more than this, just in case they are a Farewell deck. So we'll pass the turn. Orzhov could definitely be Farewell. Cut down seems to indicate that's not what they have, though. Invoke Despair, huh? Alright, let's draw. Yep, gonna have to let that resolve. Invoke's pretty good here. We are in danger of just running out of life. Go to our turn. Stomper can block, which is pretty nice. Get a Plains. Play a Bank Buster. Keep up double Bank Buster or binding Bank Buster. Hoping to avoid another Invoke Despair. Doesn't look like we're getting so lucky. Okay, I'm going to crew up this Bank Buster, I believe. Sacrifice it. Should have drawn first. That was my bad. I have one less card than I should. I'm gonna keep back to block. Sure thing. Go to my turn. Yeah, I think I'll just remove this companion now. Attack this invasion. Cast it. Play a Bank Buster. Pass the turn. I think we have enough for draw cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we have enough for draw cycle, ley line. No more invokes, and we're probably on the right side of this. Opponent could have a Wandering Emperor here. Go for the throat, sure thing. And an Edict. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Sure. And a companion. Sure thing. Another invasion. Cycle this. And then a Traxa. Okay. Traxa is a good find. Attack the invasion of Zendikar. Get our opponent to block. Yep. Traxa time. This invasion. Lay down arms. We'll take the headquarters. Archangel Leyline. Rockfall Vale. I probably should have played this pre-combat, so that way I could have attacked the invasion down. Yeah, that's on me. Alright, let's cast this invasion. Actually, it's probably not that good right now. Let's pass. Get rid of this Rockfall Vale. See what our opponent has here. They haven't really committed much to the board. They've used a lot of their removal spells already. Go for the throat, sure thing. Invoke Despair. Okay, let's get this Leyline Binding down. Resolve. Take a little bit of damage. Draw the card here. Another invasion, sure thing. Go to my turn. So I can attack this and get the backside. One has no permanence though. So I can obviously, yeah, Archangel of Wrath, kick it twice, hit the invasion twice, crew, attack. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Hit the invasion twice. Crew up. Attack the invasion. Transform it. I'll draw 2 cards. Destroy a permanent opponent controls. Where they have Scoured Barrens, stuff like this. I don't know. Guess these Sunland Marsh. Play a Fable. Headquarters down to 23. Pass the turn. 23 cards in library. How does our opponent finish the game? Varaska. Okay, that doesn't. I mean, they can kill my 6/7 certainly. Sure thing. And an underdog, yep. Alright. Draw with the Bank Buster to get my 1/1. Go to my turn. I don't think we want to discard anything. I think we want to just get into the business of killing our opponent. We'll lay down arms this underdog. Crew up the Bank Buster. Attack the Vraska, attack the invasion, attack our opponent. It's not the fastest way we can kill our opponent, but I think we do need to limit what they can get with the Vraska. Flipping the invasion is going to be nice for us. Get nice Vigilance Haster. Play the Proving Grounds. And honestly, pass the turn? Yeah. We're going to add 1 mana of any color. That's certainly okay. And yeah, all right, we were going to get there eventually. Our opponent almost had enough Invoke Despairs to get us. Not quite. GG's. All right, we're going first here, and we do have all colors. I'll keep this. We're really hoping to find a Topiary Stomper here to play on 3. This is not the hand I want to be staring at with mono red. Scry to the top. Okay, see what my mono red opponent has for me here. Swift Spear, but that's gonna be it, okay. Yeah, we'll go headquarters and pass. Really would like to have something play next turn. Fable or Topiary Stomper, Leyline Binding, really anything to play next turn would be ideal. Do they have the mountain? They do have the mountain for the Phoenix chick. Okay. Okay. Opponent's doing well. And we do have the Leyline Binding. So we don't have black yet. Either of these would produce it. I'd rather have the Rafine's Tower down. Yep. Pass the turn. I get to Leyline Binding. One of these things, which will be fine. Hopefully it'll be the Swift Spear. They're going to Reckless Impulse again. Okay, looking for a land potentially. Looks like they found it. Warfare too. Yeah. Alright, got a Leyline Binding the Swift Spear. Yep, Lightning Striking us, that's fine. Get this Swift Spear out of the way. I think I'm just gonna play the... Man, I could do a lot of things here. If I go with the Invasion, I can Archangel double kick next turn, which is pretty good, especially if they just Mechanized Warfare. All right, I guess that's what we're doing, ramping it up. So I could get double white. So I have double white. I could have red, blue, black, green, white. Okay. Double white it is. Archangel Wrath next turn, double kicker. Warfare for sure. And a Feldon. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's just for 5. Black, red. Yeah, so I can do this and keep... And keep up a white for the laydown arms. Damage to the Phoenix chick, damage to my opponent. Exile the Feldon. Have the 3/4 ready. Next turn I can have the Atraxa. Another Impulse. Feldon, Mountain. Sure thing. If they just cast the Feldon, we'll block. Gain our life. And do the Lightning Strike, sure thing. I'm down to 6. Alright, time for Atraxa. Oh no, we want untapped white here. And we cannot find it. Take Invasion. Spar's Headquarters, I guess. Leyline Binding, Atraxa, Bankbuster. No untapped white could be our doom here, though. Just looking to be able to get to block this Atraxa a little bit. Stoke the Flames, Lightning Strike kills this, double Lightning Strike kills this, but those things also just kill us, so not too worried about that on killing Atraxa. Opponent basically has to find a way to kill us this turn. And they can't. GG's. Beat mono red, I'll take that. We're going second, no red mana. I think we have to mulligan this. Looks like a better hand. Put the Invasion back. I think I want to lead on this Spar's Headquarters. White and green is, it's the backbone of this deck. Hitting on that's probably fine. Swamp and go, sure thing. See if they have an underdog in turn 2. Bankbuster. We'll match him. What's their turn 3 look like? Hopefully they just have a bunch of removal spells stuck in hands. That's what we're looking for. Underdog, okay. They're gonna attack. Yep. Makes some sense getting in here. We're going to exile that and plan to draw with our Bankbuster. Liliana, sure thing.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick.
Draw and response. We can get rid of one of these ley lines.
We all have things we'd rather.
They discarded Choking Miasma. Okay. Well, we're going to stomp her and get in at the Liliana. That was a very good draw for us. So we have planes already. So we have, let's call this black, blue, white, green. So we could get red or green. So we'll get green in that instance. Back to Liliana. Feeling solid. Get this invasion down next turn. And be able to attack with a Bankbuster if we want to. Hero's Downfall. An expensive removal spell. Yep. Alright, time to invasion. Lay down arms and Archangel Wrath. Sure, we'll cast the Archangel. Put the lay down arms in hands. Crew up and attack the invasion. Yeah, it makes it really so that they have to kill our spell here, our Archangel. Nation Underdog, are they going to attack us back? It does appear so. So they're going to leave themselves open to any potential attack crackback on the Alara. All right, we'll get rid of this Underdog. I think we'll just try to lock them out of their ways to get back into this game here. Pass the turn. Sure thing. Come get some. Draw for us. Another invasion. Yep, let's do it. Cast the Fable. So we can try to block this Mistress Foundry if they attack with it. Pass a turn. And okay, they've had enough. Alrighty, GG's. Let's hit the wrap up. Alrighty, and we're back with this version of Ramp from the Pro Tour, and I think I gotta say that this version of Ramp, I think it's pretty clear why I did not make as much of a big play in the Pro Tour as the other version did. I think it's because, one, I think you have one less Stomper, that definitely matters. Two, I don't really think this is the best Fable of the Mirror Breaker deck. I think you can definitely skew the Fable here. And the Invasion, I think you can have better hits for the Invasion as well. I don't think, the idea with a Ramp deck is that you play things that are bigger than 4 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana. You play Atalis, you play Traxxas, things like that. And here you're really trying to play 4 drops or less, or 3 drops with the Invasion of Alara, and those things I think are kind of at odds together in your deck. So I don't know. While it's an interesting plan, I think if you're trying to maximize your win rate with a ramp deck, I would strongly recommend the deck we played earlier by the Pro Tour semifinalist, won $15,000. I would highly recommend that deck over this deck, especially for best of one. You just have one game plan and you execute it much greater. I think herd migration is a very big part of the game plan for these style of decks. As it's an early, you can gain some life, you can fix your mana, does a lot for you, and also just makes 3/5 or 5/3/3s in the late game, which is very relevant. So I think that's a card you really need to have in your deck in this style of ramp, and you're missing it here. And I think that's one of the big reasons why I would recommend the other deck. And yeah, just continuing to try out these decks, see if I like the innovations that they tried to do. Haven't really found any home runs yet in the best of the rest style, although I did like the blue-white Atraxa deck that went up yesterday. I did really like that deck, but still a couple. I think I got 2 more decks I want to check out. But yeah, interesting deck. You can certainly play this deck. You can win some games. You're probably really bad against mono red, which is mostly the case for most ramp decks, but I think this deck is even worse against mono red. And I just think generally you'd be better off playing other ramp decks. So take that commentary how you will. And as always, until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.